Welcome everybody, I'm Sinister. This is In For The Win channel, and today we're just going to have a quick tutorial video on block signals. Now, pass signals are way more advanced and I'm not even using them right now because my train lines are so basic. What you just need to know is that if you are working with an existing train setup, you are going to need to add these basically to every train station that you have 2 or more trains coming to. So this guy, I have nothing, but we're going to set it up anyways. So as you see, I've got one here, which may or may not actually be necessary, but it's more of a precaution. That is green. I have one here that is red, and I have another one in here that is green. So this is the basic functioning of these train signals. So when I place a block signal down, I get a choice of which way I'm going to place it. Which way is the train traveling? So I'm putting them all on the right hand side because my trains are traveling right hand or that way. So basically what this signal is telling me is that the block ahead of it is currently occupied, and it is. I have my own little personal train here, and if you look at this guy, it's telling us that the block is clear. So basically for each of your train stations, you're going to want to throw one right at the front and one definitely somewhere behind, depending on how big your train is. So in this example, if I have another train that's going to approach the station, it'll be allowed into this block here, but it is going to stop and wait until this train leaves. So those are the basic fundamentals that we're going to be using. So as we can see, as soon as I enter this here, that light changes. We can get out and confirm. So now, because the train has moved into that block, no other train can enter that block. And now this is now available. So if I had a train lined up, it would have automatically moved onto there. So here we have a working example of train tracks working and not working. So when we look at our signals, a train here could, in theory, move to its right because the block is open. But we don't really have the opportunity to test that. But what we can see here is that fundamental is kind of working. Now, in my mind, if I were to add a path signal, right here, and this is where I think size comes into play. I don't know exactly how it works, but I feel like a path signal here would allow this train to move forward because this is not actually in its way. But so what's basically happening here is a train could move to the right, and it looks like, see, it's not even going to let this one go ahead because there's a train in it. So what we need to do in this case is if we back this out of here, I'm pretty sure that train is going to proceed where it wants to go, and then it's going to tell us that you cannot enter until he leaves. Bingo. So there we go. There's an example of how to deal with your intersections. So basically these guys aren't technically lined up, but they should be in theory, just to make it look a bit nicer. But basically you're putting them on your entrances and your exits. So this is my entrance on the right and my exit. So I'm always following the path. Entrance and exit. See, that guy's going through too. Now there he probably are gonna maybe catch up to the other guy later, but. So now we can use signals to determine which way, left or right, we want to go, which is another great feature when traveling through. So in this example here, the space bar, I want to go straight, so I need to go left and then, oh, see, I missed it. I have to change the signal really quick here. So let's hop out. Can't dismantle a train until it's stopped. So this is the most tricky part I've had with my intersections, especially when I'm trying to navigate my own. So if I want to go straight through this, I need to have this one facing to the left, but I need to have this one facing to the right. Okay, so that would be how I have to go straight through. Now the trains can navigate this no problem. They seem to have no issue getting through. Now, I want to be able to have path signals through here, but I think again, and I remember somebody mentioning it earlier, maybe Total Eclipse, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to have sizing issues. I don't know when it allows us to put these path signals in, but I don't want that. I don't want that clipping through my train track, right? So, like maybe if I put one here, it would determine that the path is free over there. But for now, your intersections might have to be modified. Oops. I don't want two of those. Oh yeah, but it's because I'm on vertical. That's why. Anyways, I'm gonna keep using this for now because it works with the train systems that I have. I have a very light train system for now. But basically, again, same principle, entrances and exits. So I've got technically 8 tracks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all I want to do is have block signals talking to each other. And the other thing I do kind of recommend, and it depends on how many trains you have in your line, is dividing your blocks into smaller block segments every once in a while. If you have a giant stretch that goes this entire distance, that's one block, and a train can't enter there, it's going to wait till way too far down the path. So I hope these quick tips kind of helped you. I had pre-marked these thinking this is exactly where I was going to be putting the rail signals, and it was correct. So I implore you all to practice around and play around and learn how to do it yourself, because you know that's the best way for anybody to learn. But yeah, I appreciate you if you stop by, and hopefully you give me a thumbs up if you learned something, and make sure you leave a comment if there's something that you guys can teach me. Anyways, that's it from me, Sinister. Thanks for stopping by the In for the Win channel, and we'll see you later with some more tutorial videos.